What's going on YouTube? So today's video, it's going to be a little more relaxed. A couple reasons why I'm making this one. One is I'm going to open my very first, you saw the thumbnail. I ripped the plastic off. I was like, let me record this. So it's going to be my very first Magic the Gathering play box opening. I don't play Magic. I've never collected it. But I figured I should probably learn about it. And I want to have some fun ripping it. So I'm going to crack this one open. Marvel, I like superhero stuff, right? My favorite is Iron Man. So if I can pull something of his, that'll be cool. Second reason I want to talk about, as I'm going to be pulling this stuff, it's going to be scanned and listed afterwards. And one of the things I've been kind of thinking about as I'm opening the store is, okay, how are all these different systems going to play into each other, right? So right now, I take cards, it's Pokemon singles that I have. I scan them in and put them in a sort swift. From there, I generate an import file, put that in a TCGplayer. Now, the part that's kind of annoying is TCGplayer does not have an automatic sync set up for anything, right? So a sale happens on TCGplayer. I then have to use a Chrome extension, export that order into my sort swift. I do the pick list from there, fulfill the order, deduct it, go to TCGplayer, mark it as shipped. It's a lot of manual work. What I'm trying to test out here for Magic cards is I want to test out Mana Pool. Right, so Mana Pool only does Magic cards, but there is, from my understanding, some automatic integration that happens between Sort Swift and Mana Pool. So what happens there automatically goes to Sort Swift. I can fulfill and kind of handle everything from there. That's the hope, because I don't want to have to keep manually doing all these different things. Now, once I open the store, I still got to figure out how exactly I want everything to do, right? If someone wants to buy a Pokemon single, are they going to TCGplayer Pro Store? For Magic, do I need to have a separate kiosk then set up for Mana Pool browsing, right? Or can I do this all now in Sort Swift? They do have a kiosk aspect, but it's, again, an imperfect system, right? So if they go there and they build a cart, you can have them check out from there, generate a little code, they take it up to you, you pop in the code on your POS, and then it will pull up their cart and you can pull from there and check them out. However, the caveat is that only works if you're using the Sort Swift POS. I will not. I will be using the Shopify POS system because my entire store, all my other inventory that's not single, is all in Shopify. And Shopify is what links with my other marketplaces I sell on. So it's kind of a nightmare to try to figure out all these different systems that are all separate. How do I bring them all together, try to get them to integrate all with Sort Swift, but then also, once I open the store, have it set up so that way I don't have to have a bunch of different systems that a customer would have to interact with if they want to browse and buy cards. So I'm testing out right now Mana Pool. I want to kind of learn the system, see how it works, see if it's something that, maybe if it works out really well, maybe, say, hey, whatever Magic the Gathering product will be on Mana Pool, or if I don't really like it, or I think it's just not working the way I want, or maybe it works great, but it's not going to work great in conjunction with having to have TCGplayer and all this kind of thing. Then I'll have to move it around. I'll figure it out. Anyways, I'm rambling. The other reason I want to do this video is some of the comments I've been getting is for audio quality and volume. I get it. So I have, you can see it right here, a little mic, and I want to see, how does audio perform, and hopefully this will work also really well, not just for these videos where I'm just kind of sitting in front of a computer, but when I'm elsewhere filming with my phone and there's going to be some distance between me and the phone, that this is going to help the audio just kind of be, not super low, not too loud, and just kind of help out with that. So I'm going to get started and we can kind of ramble from there. So first pack, I'm going to pull Wolverine. I got Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, and Wolverine is my first 3 top packs, so I'm going Wolverine. So, for those of you who kind sell cards from different games, I'm curious to see what is it you guys use to sell, what kind of platforms you're looking at. a little harder than I'm used to with the Pokemon packs. I don't know, is there like some kind of trick here I should be using? Or like where the hit is? I guess we'll figure it out. But anyways, this is interesting. So here's the first one, right? And then I move that and they're all... So just one card's always facing you? Oh, I guess a double-sided card. Alright, well, so like I said, I'm learning. I don't know how any of this works. But anyways, the problem I have... So TCGplayer, right, it's great, but it doesn't sync with anything. So that is one of the, I guess, biggest gripes that I have with it. So someone needs to tell me. I mean, I don't know how to tell rarities on this thing. Like, what's great, right? So land. Okay, so I got swamp, hollow, swamp, and this dude, crossbones. Well, it's just mercenary. I don't know. Right. So you have access to one of the biggest marketplaces for cards. Right. That's great. Yay. But it doesn't play nice with any other system. Right. So I'm conflicted. Right. Binder POS costs a lot of money, but the other problem is, I mean, it has like a nice interface for putting like on a store kiosk, but right now it's not open to everything, right? And what I mean by that is you have to apply to be on the wait list for Binder POS. So it's not even like it's a guaranteed thing you can apply and then kind of get in, especially like on a timeline. That would be very helpful right now as I'm looking to open the store. So I kind of have to come up with a plan B. That plan B is what I'm trying to decide with, right? So for now, all my Pokemon inventory is on TCGplayer. And I have to decide if I'm going to basically run two parallel systems, right? So that'd be TCGplayer and Mana Pool, or am I going to just move everything over to TCGplayer, call it a day, and then kind of run it from the pro site from there? Now, Mana Pool, it does have, and this is the other thing where TCGplayer kind of falls on its face a lot. There's not really seller protection on TCGplayer, right? Mana Pool does. So as long as you follow their guidelines, you package it the way things are supposed to be packaged, and you're shipping in the proper amount of time. I think it's 2 business days, which is the same exact thing as TCGplayer. You will get your seller protection. Why TCGplayer has not yet implemented something like this, I have no idea. It seems kind of like a no-brainer. I mean, well, TCGplayer, they're falling behind a lot right now, right? I don't quite understand how we're in the year 2026 and TCGplayer is still, I don't know, like 10 years behind on all this kind of thing. Because all these other options that are coming up are going to eat their lunch. And rightfully so, right? Okay, so it looks like if I just take the very back card, in this case a land, move that from the back, then as I go through it, then the hit will be the very last one. Anyways, so TCGplayer needs to do some major catch-up. I'm opening shop in a month, so it's not like, they're going to be doing any kind of major change the next month that's going to help me. So then I have to use one of these other options. I'm curious what you guys are all using if you're selling multiple card games, right? So obviously, like TCGplayer supports multiple card games. Mana Pool is just for Magic. So there is that draw of, okay, well, maybe, I should just move everything over to TCGplayer. But some of the kind of attractive things with Mana Pool is they have lower fees. Now, with that being said, if you guys aren't familiar with Mana Pool, and I'm just barely starting to learn, so forgive me if I don't know all the intricacies and tricks, but Mana Pool has a smaller I think it's, what is it? Like 7% or something. Don't quote me, but it's smaller percentage sales commission than what TCGplayer charges. Now they do have like a 4% buyer fee, so that's kind of how they make up the back end of it. So because of that, you may need to adjust your pricing accordingly. But the other thing is they have like really good cart optimization, right? So it can really help people build a cart and move a lot of cards. So again, pros and cons. And it's really frustrating. There's not just one like perfect system, right? That kind of just fits everything. It's really kind of crazy that nobody's built a system like that. Sort Swift is working on a lot of these integrations, putting a lot of these things. Is that no, and kind of doing a lot of these things that I'm talking about here. They have some kind of storefront, but it's still in beta. But like I said, I'm not using their POS. I'm kind of curious what the POS would be used for, right? If anybody is building a store, building a business or whatnot, the big game in town is going to be Shopify and Wix, right? So I don't really know what the Sort Swift POS system is supposed to be designed, like what niche and gap that's trying to fill. But it's just kind of annoying. Like, how great would it be if you have the kiosk option they have, right? You can a la carte it too. It's like $12 or something. People go, you provide the tablet and everything. People come in the shop, they browse the tablet, and then if they find cards that they like, they add it to the cart right there on the tablet. And then once they're ready to check out, right, it generates some little 6-digit code. They put a name that's associated with it, go up to the checkout stand, give you the code. You then put that 6-digit code in, find the name, and then bada bing, bada boom, it pulls up the cart that they built, right? And you start pulling. Unfortunately, the downside is you have to use your PO system. And that's, for me, is what kills the functionality of that, right? Like, that is a really great piece of, use of technology right there. And it just kind of sucks. And it's frustrating that you have to use your POS in order to get that last bit. So, again, that's kind of like a one-up for me on the use of TCGplayer if I apply for binder POS and I can get in and it's something I can get invited to in time for store opening, right? A whole lot of ifs here. Don't like playing a business on if. So, I don't know. It's just, it's frustrating having to, deal with all this kind of thing. And I get, it's part of it. It's something that everyone's dealing with. But everybody's needs are different, right? Everybody's businesses are different. There's some stores that only deal with Magic. But I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now in terms of these systems and the integrations and whatnot. So I just spent, it was like $50 to add in some a la carte things and whatnot and upgrade my plan on Sort Swift so I can try this out, give it like a good month, and see if it's something that's going to work for me, right? In the meantime, what I'm hoping is that I'm going to get all these scanned and uploaded, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to take a big hit in terms of losing money on cracking this pack right here and going with the singles. So I'm hoping that the mana pool test will be successful. I still have to see kind of how the selling works. Like, I know on TCGplayer, right, there's selling levels, right, and that determines how much inventory you're allowed to have on at any given time. And once you hit solo level 4 on TCGplayer, that's when you get to start editing and playing more with the shipping options, right? And setting up the pro store and whatnot. I don't know exactly how Mana Pool operates, and again, that's why I'm kind of doing this test so I can learn it. So that's really all I had for this one. It's just going to be open these up, taking a look at some of these cards, figuring out what it's all about. But I'd love to hear like the comments that you guys have below. If you guys are selling cards, what system are you using? How are you so like legendary artifacts, are these like hits or something? I have no idea. But what systems are you guys using? What integrations are you guys using? And I don't know. Give me any feedback you guys have. Let me know how the mic is working out. And this is one of those things where, like I said, I'm kind of new to, not kind of, I'm brand new to Magic the Gathering. So feel free if you guys are into Magic, give me some info here, and just kind of share your experiences with selling these other card games. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. My next video, I'm probably just going to do a quick little update on the store. I finished painting it the other day, so Monday. Today is Today is Saturday when I'm recording this. Probably won't be up till Sunday. But Monday, they're going to be starting with the floor polishing. But kind of show you guys the painting in my next video. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. And yeah, I'll see you in the comments.